Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. And on this particular Cricket Happening show, today was the second match of the Champions Trophy in Group A, and the match was being played between Australia and New Zealand. But unfortunately, this particular match, due to rain at Edgbaston in Birmingham, had to be suspended, and it was declared as a no result. And Australia and New Zealand actually shared the points 1-1. Well, so I'll be talking about that match, and also while I'm talking to you, we will go live to West Indies, where Afghanistan are touring the West Indies, and the first match is right now underway between Afghanistan and the West Indies, where Afghanistan have actually won the toss and they have elected to bat first, and I can say that they are really struggling in the 20-over match. Currently, the score reached 33 for 3, and we are in the 7th over. I'll come back to that, and also we'll look at some cricket news tomorrow. The match which is coming up is between South Africa versus Sri Lanka, and that should be one real interesting match which is coming up. But definitely we'll start off with that suspended match, a match which ended up as a no result. So just talking about that particular match that happened in the ICC Champions Trophy second match in Group A at Edgbaston in Birmingham. It was the luck of the toss went the New Zealand way. New Zealand won the toss and elected to bat first. And it was a good decision, I thought, but good decision in the sense reason that when one saw that the Aussies were bowling, there was absolutely no swing available, and it was pretty easy for the batters. So Martin Guptill and Luke Ronchi opened the innings, and Martin Guptill was looking full of poise as far as his strokes was concerned. He was really getting that boundaries going. At the other end, Luke Ronchi was really rocking, I would say, because he was the one who was really taking off very well, and he was really taking full toll of the power play overs. Martin Guptill also doing the same as things were just going on, and finally it was Josh Hazlewood who actually nipped the wicket of Guptill when Guptill tried to hit a ball from Hazlewood, trying to flick the delivery. Maxwell picked up the catch. He was gone for 26 of 22 deliveries. 5 fours. That was wicket number 1, 40 for 1, and that was the 6th over. Luke Ronchi, in the meanwhile, was doing well, and he in fact climbed on. I mean, Kane Williamson walked in at the score on 40. As I said, there was nothing in for the bowlers. One could not see the ball really swing, and batting was becoming easy. So Luke Ronchi and Kane Williamson were at the crease, and that is the time the real revival started. From 40 for 1, a very good partnership started, which added 77 very, very good runs for the second wicket, and it was 10 overs. So it was definitely Luke Ronchi who was taking on the mantle of scoring. And what was good about Luke Ronchi was he really climbed on to the pacer Peter Cummins by slamming him for sixes and boundaries. In fact, of his 17 balls, 41 runs was scored by Ronchi. So Ronchi was very severe on Peter Cummins. Didn't really make any difference as far as the pace of the ball is concerned. Luke Ronchi was hitting it with the same amount of pace, one could say. At the other end, Kane Williamson. Kane Williamson, as you know, he's such a player. He's a percentage scorer. He just stays there, nurtles the runs, and that's what he precisely did. But later on, we saw Kane Williamson get going with some beautiful cut shots, pull shots of the short ones, and also some very good drives and flicks, drives through the covers. As this partnership added 77 runs for the second wicket as that was going on, and Luke Ronchi was looking a bit dangerous at the time, but it was John Hastings who actually picked up his wicket, and that was the most important wicket, I thought, because Luke Ronchi was really looking very good, and he really served his purpose at the top of the order by smacking 65 of just 43 deliveries, 9 fours and 3 sixes. Kane Williamson at the crease, he was slowly guiding the team along as Ross Taylor came and joined him. Ross Taylor, and then another partnership started. This was another very big partnership, much better than even the Luke Ronchi-Williamson partnership, as the score moved on with a 99-run partnership now for the third wicket, which happened between Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson. Kane Williamson, as I said, he was looking pretty good. Ross Taylor, in his brief stint also looked quite good as the partnership went on 216. But that was the time Hastings once again getting the wicket, getting the better of Ross Taylor by getting him out for 46 of 58 deliveries with 6 fours. And this was the time the real collapse started. I mean, New Zealand were really sailing in a very smoothly at 216 for 3, but later on it was a real collapse, I would say. In fact, in a matter of 37 runs, I mean, not really here, but it was only after Williamson was gone. Williamson but managed to get his a century, which was good to see. This is the second day, and we are seeing, and, this almost there already. There are 3 centuries in this ICC Champions Trophy. I wouldn't be surprised if this ICC Champions Trophy really has a record for the most number of centuries. Could happen. Kane Williamson was doing well, but he was finally run out after making a very compact 100 of 97 deliveries, 8 fours. He also hit some 3 sixes, and he targeted mostly his sixes that he hit were through the mid-wicket region. Taylor was there, and after that it was Hazelwood who took over. Hazelwood first took the wicket of, there was a real collapse. Once Williamson was gone from 254 for 4, the score read in the 40th over, and one would have said that, they were absolutely, there was a launching pad there, and with 11 overs still left, probably the Kiwis were actually eyeing a total of in excess of even 350, one could say, with some real batting to come. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Hazelwood was the one who started it all. He picked up the wicket of Broom for 14 of 19 deliveries, 1-4. James Neesham was also a victim of the bowling of Hazelwood for 6 of 10 deliveries. Cummins got a solitary wicket there, and that was a big wicket, that of the hard hitter Corey Anderson for 8 of 5 deliveries, 1-6. After that, Hazelwood cleaned out everything. Santon gone for 8, Milne for 11, and Trent Bolt for naught. Tim Southee was not out on naught, and this New Zealand innings wound up for 291. So they were all out for 291. And as far as the bowling was concerned, Mitchell Starc 9 overs, none for 52. But look at Josh Hazelwood's figures. He was the man who was responsible for this very unfortunate collapse that happened from the Kiwis. As I said, the Kiwis were really looking good. They were really looking good to score in excess of 350 runs at that stage. The launch pad was there. It's only a matter of 100 runs. And Josh Hazelwood does immense damage as he picked up his career best figures in ODIs of 9 overs, no maiden, 52 runs and 6 wickets. Cummins 9 overs, 1 for 67, got some severe beating at the hands of Luke Ronchi. Hastings 9 overs, 269, chipped in well. Travis had 4 overs, none for 22. Moises Rodriguez 5 overs, none for 25. Now it was a turn for the Australians to actually chase this particular target, which is 291. And I was told that, this 291 is the highest that New Zealand has scored against Australia, probably in the Champions Trophy matches, I suppose. The Australian innings, it started off with David Warner and Finch at the crease. And we immediately saw that rain first prevented play, and then play started. And when play started, David Warner and Finch was a bit sedate, I would say. They were not really taking any risks, and the bowling was also Tim Southee was bowling a good line, but Trent Bolt was all over the place, and David Warner suddenly got into gear by hitting a 4 and a 6, and then Trent Bolt was the man who actually picked up the wicket of David Warner, and he was caught behind the bowling of Bolt for 18 of 16 deliveries with 1-4 and 1-6. After that, we saw the wicket of Finch. Adam Min actually getting 2 wickets very quickly, as he picked up the wicket of Aaron Finch for 8 of 18 deliveries. Stevens, and then he also picked up Moises Rodriguez, been getting him caught and bowled, and that was it as far as this particular innings was concerned. It left the Aussie captain Stephen Smith 8 not out of 6 balls with 2 fours, and the Australian innings, the score read 53 for 3. They were given a revised target of 235 runs from 33 overs, but that never happened. And it was all over. The match was suspended as a result of rain, and both the teams, Australia and New Zealand, actually sharing a point each. Tim Southee 3 overs, none for 15. Trent Bolt 4 overs, 1 for 28. Adam Min 2 overs, no maiden, 2 for 9. So the points were shared between Australia and New Zealand. So that is as far as that particular match is concerned. Now, looking at the next one, as I said, we'll go to a live update. So I'll just give you a live update. Before that, let me keep the topic on the ICC Champions Trophy. Tomorrow, the match which is coming up is going to be between Sri Lanka and South Africa, and I think it should be a good game. AB de Villiers has already sounded that he's going to go all out against the Sri Lankans. Sri Lankans pretty unfortunate that such a key member of the team, Angelo Matthews, the Sri Lankan captain, is still doubtful, and only hopes that he plays, because one knows Angelo Matthews, what a role he plays in Sri Lankan cricket, and it is only sad to see that Angelo Matthews is out due to injury. But other than that, I think it should be a very, very good clash coming up. Let's go, and while I'm talking to you, the Afghanistan, who are touring the West Indies for the first time, are in real trouble here at the ground here in Basseterre, as the 9th over is in progress, and I'm talking to you. There's one more wicket for the Afghanistan has gone by. It is Brathwaite who has picked up the wicket of Karim Janat. Now Karim Janat was looking for a big hit here on the off and middle stump, and the thick edge has been collected by the wicketkeeper Chadwick Walton behind the stumps, and he's a goner. So Afghanistan really struggling here. Their score reached 42 for 4, and that has been a struggle. So Afghanistan winning the toss here against the West Indies and are in real trouble at 42 for 4. I'll come back to that later and keep the discussion going. As far as I'm seeing whether I can share any other cricket news today with you. I'm just trying to see. I don't see any other cricket news that I would be sharing with you. That's about it. So let's keep the commentary rolling here as far as Afghanistan is concerned. I can tell you one thing. Right now, as the score stands, Afghanistan winning the toss against the West Indies, struggling at 42 for 4 in the 9th over, with Samila Shenwari on 5, Mohammad Nabi on not, and I think this pair is a very crucial pair which has to really take things along. They have to first ensure that they play the whole 20 overs. So West Indies doing well. So let's see the card as to what really is the situation here. So looking at the situation, if you look at the Afghanistan card here, the Gulbuddin Naib was clean bowled by Samuel Badri for 12 of 8 deliveries with 3 fours. Usman Ghani, the youngster, was run out of 8 of 13 deliveries with 1 4. Asghar Stanikza, the captain, Cotton Bowl Williams for 5 of 8 balls with 1 4. And now Karim Janat is gone, and they definitely have still some batting to come in the form of Shafiqullah, Najibullah Zadran, Rashid Khan, Amir Hamza and Shapu Zadran. And let me tell you, this Afghanistan team is they are real fighters. So it doesn't matter even if the wickets are gone. They are very brave, and I'm sure they are going to pick up the pieces here, and they are going to really erect a score which could probably prove a challenge for West Indies, because we have seen in the past that Afghanistan normally have this sort of real willpower and determination that carries them through. So I'm expecting something of that sort to happen as far as Afghanistan are concerned. Well, so I'm trying to see whether I can keep some commentary rolling here. I'm just trying to see. And also I'm told that Kieron Pollard is not playing in this particular match because he's down with flu. So let's see what really is happening in Afghanistan and the West Indies. And while I'm talking to you, Sunil Narine is in charge of bowling operations, and Sunil Narine, we know what a tough customer he is, and yes, he's already started well. He has already hit a good length, and he's getting the ball to turn as well, and he's pushing the batsman on the back foot. And I'm sure now the Afghanistan are under a lot of pressure, so they had to be a bit watchful against Sunil Narine as well, and they have to probably bide their time a bit and then slowly take off, I reckon. But one has to wait and watch as to what he does. So in the meanwhile, Sunil Narine bowls to Mohammad Nabi, and Mohammad Nabi tickles it away and gets for 2 runs. And also it's the end of the over, so halfway stage here for Afghanistan. At the halfway stage, the score reads 45 for 4. As I said, they are still struggling, but nevertheless, they have still some batting to come. Even though the other batters who are there, they are also ones who really can bat. Let me tell you that. They bat almost till number 9, 10, because even the 10 and 11 batsmen can actually biff the ball a bit, I would say. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that's about it as far as today's cricket show goes. It's about time for me to pull the curtain down on this cricket show today by bidding you all a very good night. Thank you. And I will be seeing you all tomorrow on my next Cricket Happening show, which will be talking about the Sri Lanka versus South Africa game coming up, which is the third match of the ICC Champions Trophy, which is being played in England. Thanks for your company and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram bidding good night.